So this is the first class, guys. So what we will discuss in this class. So the date. So what is that? AWS with a DevOps. Batch 51. So the batch of 51, guys. So date. What is the date now, guys? So 16th December 2024. So what we will cover, something I already told you, right? What we will cover in this course, we'll cover about the Linux plus AWS cloud, and we'll cover DevOps tools. So we'll start. So what we will start today? So we will start about the Linux part, guys. We'll start about the Linux. So Linux, what is Linux? So before going to what is Linux, first, what is OS, guys? What is OS? Does anyone knows what is OS, guys? Does anyone knows what is OS?
It's operating system.
Okay.
Interface between user and hardware.
Interface between
User and hardware.
and hardware. Very good. Ramo, Vinay, Krishna. Where is Izzy? Izzy is joining now. Guys. So Ramo, do you know Venkatesh?
Yes.
Yeah. What is OS?
Operating system, and we like Windows operating system and another one Linux.
So operating
Yes,
system, Windows operating system,
it's
and
another.
Linux operating system. So I'm asking about the meaning. I'm not asking about the abbreviation. I'm asking about a meaning. So the interface between user and hardware. So what is OS? So what is
It's
OS?
it's the bridge between the user and the hardware.
Very good. So it's a mediator or interface between user and computer. So user and computer. Something like what this is, guys. This is a hardware or a computer. So this is a hardware or a computer. Yeah. So this is the user. Yeah. So computer knows which language, guys. So the computer knows which language?
Machine level language. Low level language.
Sorry.
Binary.
Yeah. Mission level
Low level
language.
language.
It's a
Zero and
binary
one.
language. Binary means zeros and ones. So binary means zeros and ones. User knows which language, guys? User knows which language? High level language. High level means, for example, English. So English level. How you are communicating with your hardware, guys, or a computer? By using English only, right? Yeah. So user knows only English language, and hardware knows only guys. Hardware knows only the binary languages, zeros and ones. So are you able to communicate with each other, guys? Are you able to communicate with each other? Because of user doesn't know the binary language and computer doesn't know the user language. So is there any possibility to communicate with each other? No, because of hardware knows only binary language and user knows only English language. User knows only English language. So something like so we if you want to communicate with each other, definitely we need a mediator. Definitely we need a mediator which knows both the languages. Guys, so what we need? So we need a mediator which knows so hardware knows only binary language and so user means ours. User knows only high level language means for example English language. So English language. So we need a mediator to communicate with each each other. Okay, it's communicate with each other. So the OS is the mediator. Who is it is the mediator, so which knows both the languages. So OS knows English language and binary language. So binary language, for example, in the keyboard you press a capital A. So it the whatever the user gave the input, right, took the OS and convert it to the zeros and ones. So whatever the user gave, right, something like 1000011 or something like. So whatever the computer gave it to the OS, so OS will translate and send it to the user. So vice versa. Vice versa. Guys, now you understood? So what is OS? It's a simple language. What is OS? Guys, in a simple language, what is OS?
Yeah, it's a
Operating system
mediator.
is
Mediator?
It's a mediator between the hardware
Yes, it's a mediator between
and the system.
hardware and user. Just a simple meaning, guys. Some simple meaning about the what is a OS. OS is a mediator between. So what is a OS? OS is nothing but a mediator between hardware and user. Hardware and user. Guys, now understood? Yeah. So in our laptops, which OS is installed? So in our laptops, so which OSs are installed, guys? So which laptops are you using?
Windows.
So which laptops are you using? Hardware.
HP,
So which laptops are you using?
HP laptop.
HP
Dell.
or something like a Dell, Lenovo, right? So in this hardware, which OS you installed? So installed the which OS, guys? Windows 10, 11. Guys, which OS you installed? Windows
10.
10. So in this you installed a Windows 11. So this is the hardware. So you installed a something like a Windows 8. Windows 8. So this is the hardware. So you are directly contact you directly cannot contact with the hardware. So you are directly cannot contact with the hardware because of hardware knows only binary language and you knows only English language. So that's the reason we need a, if you want to contact this hardware, definitely we need a OS is installed. OS is installed. Dell, HP, Lenovo. Okay. Yep, superb, guys. So which mobile phones are you using, guys? So which mobile phones are you using?
Samsung.
Samsung,
Realme,
Realme. For example, I am using OnePlus. Okay. So Katiz, which mobile are you using? iPhone,
Yes.
Apple. Okay. Krishna, are you using something like Redmi? Okay, so Redmi mobile. But so which OS is yeah? So which OS is installed on these hardwares, guys? So which OS is installed on these hardwares? This is a hardware, right? So you are interacting with this hardware. You are directly, you are not in, you cannot directly interact with this hardware. Definitely because so you know only English language, hardware knows only binary language. But how you are interacting with your mobile phones, guys? Which OS is installed? Which OS is installed? Which OS, guys? Android OS is installed. Okay. So which OS? Android OS is installed. So Android. So Android OS here also Apple, right? Apple OS is different. iOS. So Redmi, Android. So Android OS is installed. So why Android OS is installed on your mobile phones, guys? Now you got it, guys. Now you got it.
Yes.
Yes, right? Because of so hardware knows only binary language. You knows only hardware knows only binary language. You knows only which language? So high level language, right? So directly we cannot communicate with this hardware. So we need a OS. That OS is Android. That OS is Android, guys. So in our home you are using so you have a internet, right? So in our home you have a internet, right? So which internet are you using, guys? ISP providers. Which routers are you using? You are using a routers, right? Wi-Fi routers.
Geo.
Geo. Very good. Geo router or something like a TP-Link router, okay, or something like a Spectrum. That is what. So which Wi-Fi user you are using? Spectrum, right? Spectrum, TP-Link, Netgear. These are the routers. These all are the routers, and these are hardware devices. Or these are? These are hardware devices. For example, Geo router. So these all are the Geo routers. So this is a Geo router, right? So this is a hardware. This is a hardware. So how you changed the your Wi-Fi username and password, right, Remo? Venkatesh, right? You changed the your Wi-Fi username and password. How you changed your Wi-Fi username password? This is the hardware, right? So hardware we cannot interact with this hardware. So how you changed your user Wi-Fi name and password? Hardware knows which language? Hardware knows which language, guys? Binary
Binary
language.
language.
Yeah. So these all are the hardwares. How you are interacting with these hardwares? So how did you change your Wi-Fi username and password? So if you want to interact with this hardware, definitely what we need, guys? Definitely we need a OS. Definitely we need a OS. Otherwise we cannot interact with the OS, interact with this hardware. Definitely there is a OS is installed on these routers. That's the reason we are able to interact with this server, we interact with these hardwares and changing the user Wi-Fi name, the Wi-Fi name and password, Wi-Fi username and password. Right, guys. So from now onwards, if you are interacting with any hardware, if you are interacting with any hardware, definitely there will be a OS is installed. There will be a OS is installed, guys. Now onwards, you guys remember. So if you are interacting with any hardware, definitely there will be a OS is installed. Definitely there will be a OS is installed. Now you understood what is OS. So what is OS? Why OS? So why OS, guys? If you want to interact with any hardware, definitely there will be a OS is installed. There will be a OS is installed. Understood? Yeah. Yeah. So types of OSs. So what are the types of OSs, guys? Tell me. Types of OSs. So what are the types of OSs, guys? Guys, do you know what are the types of OSs? You don't know, no? So there are two types of OSs. So one is
Windows operating system and Linux.
single user operating system. Single user operating system and multi-user operating system. So single user operating system, so multi-user operating system. Guys, so which operating system you are using? So how many users how many users will connect at a time in your laptops, guys? So how many users will connect at a time in your laptop?
One.
Only one user, right? So whatever you are using, right, that will be a single user operating system. So something like Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows 8, Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows Windows XP. So these all are the single user operating systems. So we can connect at a time. So we can only one user we can connect at a time. Guys, understood? These all are the single user operating system. So multi-user operating system means multi-user means we can connect number of users at a time. We can connect number of users at a time. So Microsoft. So who developed this Windows, guys? Microsoft. So Microsoft company created the OS Windows 11. The same way, the Microsoft company created two types of OSs. So one is for single user operating system, other one is for multi-user operating system. So what are the multi-user operating systems? For example, Windows Server 2018, 2018, Windows Server 2016, I don't know exactly. So Windows Server 2012. So Windows Server 2008. Okay, so this is a multi-user operating system. So we can connect multiple people at a time, and we can access multiple type people, and so it's a multi-user multitasking operating system. What is that, guys? So multi-user multitasking operating system. For example, so Linux OS is popular for multi-user operating system. What is that, guys? So multi-user operating system. Guys, understood? So Linux is a, guys, tell me, what is the Linux? So Linux is a OS. So it is a multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system. Okay. So Windows. Same like as a hardware also. Same like as a hardware. Hardware companies. Hardware companies. So who are the hardware company, guys? Guys, tell me who are the hardware companies? HP, Dell,
There.
IBM, Lenovo, Asus, Toshiba, something like that. So these all are the hardware companies. So the hardware companies also created two types of hardwares. Hardware companies also created two types of hardwares. So one is for single user operating system, the other one is for multi-user operating system. HP created two types of hardwares. So one is for single user operating system, another one is for multi-user operating system. Dell also created two types of hardwares. So one is for single user operating system, another one is for multi-user operating system. So Lenovo is created only for the a single user operating system, and Asus also created only for the hardware is created only for the a single user operating system. But IBM created only, so IBM is only created for the multi-user operating system. The hardware is created for the multi-user operating system. So multi-user operating system. For example, Dell company, Dell Latitude, so 5440. So what is this, guys? This is the Dell Latitude 5400. This hardware is designed for the single user operating system. Single user operating system. The same like as a HP JetBook or something like whatever HP Lite. These all are for the single user operating systems. And HP ProLiant. So what is that, guys? HP ProLiant. So this is the server hardware. Server hardware. Okay. So the same like as a Dell PowerEdge R710. So what is that, guys? Dell PowerEdge 710. So this is a multi-user operating system hardware supports. Multi-user operating system hardware supports. Guys, understood? So this is the multi-user and Dell Latitude 540. So this is understood. This is a single user operating system. So single user operating system and multi-user operating system. Guys, now you understood. So Linux is a multi-user operating system. What is that, guys? Linux is a multi-user operating system. Why Linux is popular? Why Linux is popular? I will tell you. Okay. So Windows operating system. So Windows operating system is a GUI operating system. Guys, what is GUI?
Graphical user interface.
What is that, guys? Graphical user interface. So the OS is developed with the help of images, minimize, maximize. So we can check GUI. So Linux is a CLI. What is CLI, guys? What is CLI? Command line. Command line interface. Command line interface, right? So command line interface means how you can interact with this OS. You can interact with this OS through commands only. How you can interact with this OS? You can interact with this OS through commands only. Duplicate session. Login as a EC2 iPhone user. Not supported. So this is the Linux OS, guys. This is a Linux OS. 1 second, I will show you. So Linux is a CLI operating system, command line operating system. So command line operating system. So how you can interact with this OS? You can interact with this OS through commands only. How you can interact with this OS? You can interact with this OS through commands. Yeah. Disconnect. Yeah. So I logged in as a root user, something like password is something. So you see, guys, so this is a CLI. So how you can interact with these commands? You can interact with these commands, cd something like var. So I'm interacting with this OS through commands only. So through commands only. Why Linux is popular? So Linux is a CLI. CLI means it's a portable. What is that? It's a portable and highly secure. So because of something like a ransomware attack or something like you see, right? So how the virus comes? The virus comes through the images, right? So in pen drive, if you keep the pen drive in the Windows OS, so the virus will enter into that OS and it will corrupt the OS. Hackers also can easily hack the machine in the Windows OS. But so Linux is a command line. Command means letters, right? Alphabets, letters. So the virus will not attack, and it's a highly secure, portable, and all the enterprises. For example, your Facebook, WhatsApp, right? This, for example, facebook.com. So this facebook.com website is deployed under the where this Facebook website is deployed under this Linux hardware. So this Linux hardware. Nowadays, every application will be deployed under the Linux OS only. So Linux OS only. And so Linux is a open source. So Microsoft is a something like a commercial. So Linux are products. If you want to, use this Windows Microsoft products, definitely we need to buy before using it. So we need to buy the licenses. Otherwise, we cannot use that word. But Linux is a open source. He released as a open source. He released as a open source and commercial open source. CLI GUI. Now you understood, right, guys? So it's a so open source is nothing but a guys. Open source. So what is open source meaning, guys? So here we have a 2 points. So one is free of cost. Free of cost. It's a freely available. It's a freely available and source code also available. What is that? Source code also available, guys. So what is the open source? So open source is nothing but a free of cost and source code also available. What is source code? Source code is nothing but a whenever whenever they developed the Linux OS, right? Linux OS is a software that developed by the C++ language. That code also available freely. If you have a code, right, it will be easy to modify it. It will be easy to modify whatever you want. You can customize your own if you have the code, right? Now you understood Linux is a CLI and Linux is a multi-user operating system. Linux is a multi-user operating system. Guys, very good. Yeah. So now you understood. So what is Linux? Linux is a operating system. It's a multi-user operating system. Okay. It's a multi-user operating system. Yeah. What is Linux? So Linux is a CLI and multi-user operating operating system. So Linux is a CLI and multi-user operating system. Okay. Who developed or who invented the Linux? So who developed the CentOS? Who developed the Microsoft, guys? Who developed the Windows? Microsoft, right? So Microsoft team. Who developed the Linux OS? Who is that, guys? Linus Torvald. Yes, Linus Torvald. In 1991, he studied in one of the university, and his mentor is asking a new OS and asking a new OS. So asked to create a new OS based on the Unix OS. Based on the Unix OS, he developed a new OS called as a Minix OS. Which OS he developed, guys? He developed a Minix OS. What is that? So Minix OS. Minix having some drawbacks. So Minix having some drawbacks, and so then he overcome those drawbacks. For example, there is no networking in the Minix OS. He overcome those drawbacks, and he overcome those drawbacks and created a new OS. So created a new OS. So he created the new OS. So and he is thinking to put the new name for this OS. He is thinking to put the new name for this OS. So then he decided. So what he decided? So he decided like so what is his name, guys? So what is his name? Guys, so what is his name?
Linus Torvald.
Yes. He took the first four letter from his name. What is that? First four letters from his name and last letter from Unix. Last letter from Unix and they put the name. Then finally a Linux OS comes into the picture. So how Linux OS come? So first four letters from his name and last letter from Linux OS. Guys, understood? Now how Linux OS comes into the picture? Yeah. Yeah. So Linux and he released as a open source. What is that, guys? Open. So he released as a open source. If he released as a open source, right? So few of the companies. So of the companies took that source code and created their own type of OSs. For example, IBM. IBM company took that source code and created their own OS called as a AX Linux OS. The same HP company took that source code and created their own OS called as a UX Linux OS. The same way, Sun Microsystems. What is that? Sun Microsystems company took that source code and created their own OS called as a Solaris Linux OS. So the same way, Red Oracle or Amazon company took that source code and created their own voice called as a Amazon Linux 2023 and Amazon Linux 2. They created as a Amazon Linux 2022 and so Oracle company. What is that? Oracle company took that source code and created their own voice called as a Oracle Linux. Which voice, guys? So Oracle Linux and Red Hat Inc. Which company, guys? Red Hat company took that source code and created their own voice called as a Fedora, CentOS, and Red Hat. They created a three types of OSs. One is R&D, the second one is open source, the third one is enterprise Linux. Red Hat is the enterprise Linux. The versions releases something like 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the current version of the CentOS Red Hat is 9 version. So 9 version. The same like as a Debian. So Debian company took that source code and created their own voice called as a Ubuntu. So Ubuntu is popular for both server and client, single user operating system and so multi user operating system. Okay. Some other companies, so SUSE Linux, SUSE Linux, FreeBSD. So there are a number of OSs created. So in our course, which OS we are learning? So we are learning the Red Hat. That specifically we are learning the CentOS. So if you learn any one of the same, these all three are same. So CentOS is the open source. That's the reason we are taking CentOS, and these two are Amazon and Oracle Linux are same, Maki to Maki or copy to copy. So whatever the commands we are executing in the same, right? The same commands will execute in the Oracle Linux and Amazon Linux. If you learn any one of the OS, it will be easy to understand, easy to operate the other Linux OSs. But some differences. The core functionality should be same, but the difference is naming convention. So the difference is naming convention. Guys, understood? So what we are learning in this course? We are learning in this course CentOS 7 Red Hat OS. CentOS 7 Red Hat OS. Now you understood, right? Yep. Now got it, guys. Finally. So we are now Linux. So we are now in the Linux. Yep. No. So where we can install the OS, guys? So where we can install the OS? So we can install the OS. So what is the multi-user operating system, guys? Multi-user operating system hardware. The multi-user operating system hardware is Dell PowerEdge R710. What is this? So this is the hardware. So this is the hardware. Yeah, we bought this hardware and yeah, this is the hardware. So what this is, guys? So what is the hardware? Dell PowerEdge R710. What is the model of this hardware? Dell PowerEdge. So if you want to interact with this hardware, what is this? This is you. How you can interact with this hardware, guys? So you can interact with the hardware through OS only, right? So directly we cannot interact with this hardware. So definitely we need to install the OS. So we need to install the OS. Which OS we are installing? So we are installing the CentOS 9. So this is a Linux OS. So what this is, guys? So if you want to interact with this hardware, definitely we need to install the OS. So we need to install the OS. After installing the OS, so what you can do, for example, you have a thought and you developed the code for the messaging purpose WhatsApp, right? So right, you bought this server and kept it in your home, right? So kept it in our home. 1 second. Yeah, we need a copy, paste. So this is the other server and same thing. We installed same. So this is here. We installed the CentOS 7, but here we installed the Oracle database. So this is a DB server. So this is a app server. This is the app server. Here you installed the Tomcat and you installed a Tomcat and Java because of you could write it in the Java and install the Tomcat web server. What is that? Tomcat web server, right? The code you deployed this code here. So what is the code, guys? WhatsApp.jar. Okay, guys. So this is your database. Your storage will be the sign in storage will be here, right? You bought these two servers and you keep it in our home, right? So keep it in our home and you provided the network and power. But in our home, so you have a only one power backup and one internet backup. So your application is looks good and every day, so daily something like 10,000 people are signing up in our account. So there is no power failure, there is no internet failure in 1 week. So how many days? 70. 7 into, so 10,000. How many people are signed up, guys? 70,000 people are signed up in our account. After 1 week, every 1 hour, power goes down and came up. So came up. If the server goes down, your website will be available in the end user. Your website will be available in the in the browser internet. No, because of our server is down, we are unable to interact with this website. Okay, so the user so every 2 hours the internet goes down and come back because of in your home you have only one power backup and one internet backup. One power backup and only one internet. So only one power backup and only one internet backup, right? So the people are hesitating, and so every day 5,000 people are so deleting their account. So deleting their accounts in the WhatsApp, right? So we need a solution. So we need a solution. My application will be available 24 by 7. My application will be available 24 by 7. Who will provide that solution? Guys, does anyone knows who will provide that solution? Guys, do you know who will provide that solution?
Cloud technology.
Cloud. Before
Azure.
cloud, so cloud comes from 2008 onwards, right? Or 2006 onwards. So before cloud,
Data center.
yes, very good. So we will provide a data center is the solution. So what is the solution, guys? The solution is data center. You can keep your servers in your home also, but what is the drawback? The drawback is we are unable to provide the multiple internet backups and power backups. So who will provide that solution? That solution will be provided by the data centers. Who will provide that solution? That solution will be provided by the data centers. Yeah. So what is a data center? Guys, what is a data center? So data center is the place so where we can keep our servers. What they are providing? They are providing the rental space for to keep our servers. What they are providing, guys? So what is data centers? So something like in Hyderabad, control S. What is this? Control S data center. You see, so this is the control S data center. So control S data center, what they are providing? They are providing the rental space. What they are providing? They are providing the rental space. Okay. So what are those? These are the racks. You see, guys, the data center, what they are providing? They are providing the racks. They are providing a rental space for to keep our servers. So you see, so these all are the. So you see how you can connect. These are the data center. Yeah, you see here. Yeah, now here. Yeah, you see, guys. So this is the Dell PowerEdge. These are the servers. You see, these are the servers. Yeah, this server. So what they are providing? They are providing a rental space for to keep our servers. What they are providing? They are providing the multiple internet backups and multiple power backups. If you keep your servers in the data center, this server will be provided. They are providing the 99.99% uptime. What is that, guys? 99.9999% uptime. Your server will be available every time. Your server will be available all the times. Guys, now you understood? So what is data center? Data center is so data center, they are providing a rental space for to keep our servers. And they are providing the 99.99% uptime and durability, sustainability, everything they will provide, guys. So that's the reason we are keeping our servers in the data centers. So where we are keeping our servers, guys? Guys, where we are keeping our servers?
Data center.
Data centers. Yep. So very good, guys. So thank you so much. So we'll continue from tomorrow. So what we will discuss tomorrow? So something like we will discuss tomorrow in the real-time environments. Real-time environments. So what are the environments? So how the developers are developing the code, and then so where they are deploying their code and how they are testing after the testing team, so where they are testing in the testing environment, and how they are testing it. So finally how they are deploying in the production environment. So we'll show you guys. So tomorrow is a something like it's a real-time environment. It's an important topic tomorrow. So we will continue the topic. Okay. So tomorrow you will get a good clarity. You will get a clarity about so the environments, how developers are developing, how testing team are testing, and how we will deploy it on the production. What is deployment? So where they are deploying. So we'll show you tomorrow, guys. Okay. Tomorrow most probably. So we'll show you that and so the data centers. So something like this is the physical servers, right? So physical servers, so then virtualization, then containerization. So tomorrow we'll discuss about the physical versus virtual. So how virtual came into the picture. We'll discuss real-time environments and physical servers, so physical versus virtualization. And so we'll install the OS. We'll install the CentOS 7 Linux OS on your Windows desktop. We'll show you tomorrow, guys. Okay, guys, any doubts? Guys,
No, sir.
you're good, right? So Venkatesh, Krishna, Vinay, Katiz.
Yes, yes. Yes, sorry. You're good.
Okay. Thank you, guys. So we'll continue from tomorrow. So Linux is most important, guys. So all the tools, DevOps tools will be designed. So in the Linux, they keep it as a Linux and they will design it, guys. So all the DevOps tools will be run as a command line interface only. So we can, so how we can install the tools? The tools will be used by the Linux commands only. So if you know the Linux, it will be very easy to understand all the cloud providers as well as the DevOps tools. Okay.